Did you know we almost didn't get the 2021 season? It was one of the best, if not the best season in Formula 1 history. Yeah, and it almost never happened. The regulations we currently have were supposed to start in 2021, but due to COVID, the FIA decided to postpone them to 22. Just imagine if we never had the 21 season. Without it, the best season under those old regulations would have been 2017, which started off decent, but quickly turned into a one-team show in the second half. Without 21, those regulations would be remembered as. But thanks to the delay, 21 happened, saving the legacy of those old rules and giving us one of the most thrilling seasons ever. And it wasn't just luck. 21 was made possible by slightly adjusting Mercedes' advantages, which gave other teams enough time to finally catch up. Another team finally understood the regulations as well as Mercedes, making for an epic showdown. This is what exactly I'm getting at this video. We never seem to give regulations enough time to really shine. Next, I'll continue by giving you examples from older regulations to show how this pattern has played out before. Let's rewind a bit to 2014 regulations. Aside from the 2009 season, when Braun GP showed up, smacked everyone around and dropped the mic, it was a Red Bull dominant era. But, besides the 2011 and 2013 seasons, we had some great rivalries. Remember the famous 2010 four-way battle with Vettel, Alonso, Webber and Hamilton, or the 2012 season, aka the Alonso Stare season? Yeah, those years were pretty awesome, but then the FIA decided to close things up in 2014 to improve racing on track, which was a really good idea. And that's where things started to get interesting or frustrating, depending on how you look at it. Fast forward to 2014 regulations, which lasted until 22. I'm not gonna bore you with every tiny detail about how bodywork or rear wing changes, but let's just say the cars evolved a lot while still sticking to the basic rules. But what's more important is how these regulations shaped the competition, and not always for better. What exactly did we get during the Rosberg-Hamilton era? Nothing but 3 solid years of drama between two guys who drove like BFFs but fought like siblings. Occasionally Vettel would pop in, win a race or two, but then it was back to the main show. In 2017, Ferrari and Vettel gave us hope, started strong like they might actually take the fight to Mercedes, but then, after the summer break, all that hope fizzled out faster than a cheap firework. And who won? Yeah, Hamilton. Again, in 2018, more Mercedes dominance. In 2019, yep, you guessed it right, it's Mercedes. And don't even get me started on 2020, that was just Mercedes versus Mercedes. They were out there winning races on 3 wheels and creating machines that looked like they came straight out of a sci-fi movie. Fans were starting to feel like they'd seen the story for 100 times. Different year, same outcome.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
We were all looking forward to 2021 with its big regulation changes, but guess what? The FIA woke up one morning, had their espresso and said, nah, let's push it to 22. And while we were annoyed, that delay ended up gifting us the 2021 season, arguably one of the best seasons in Formula 1 history, and imagine if that never happened, the FIA nearly robbed us of that incredible season. So, there is a pattern here. When teams finally get a handle on the rules, the FIA decides it's time to reset everything with new regulations. Some teams get it, while others struggle to make it even to the grid. It leaves us watching one team completely dominate while the others are just trying to keep up. Now, let's talk about the most recent regulations. In 22, Ferrari and Red Bull shot out of the gate, leaving everyone else in the dust, but Ferrari'd every chance they had, and by the summer break, Red Bull had it in the bag. And what did we end up with? An angry Dutchman dominating the rest of the season. 2023 wasn't much different. Aston Martin teased us with some hope for 2 races, but by race 3, we were back to the same old routine, more Verstappen dominance. In 2024, something happened. Well, a certain team principal did something certain. Following that, Adrian Newey left Red Bull, and his exit sent shockwaves through the paddock, turning the season into one of the most unpredictable in recent memory. Races like Miami, Monaco, Austria and Silverstone, Hungary, and pretty much every single race after Spa were suddenly being won by someone other than Verstappen. It was exciting, it was fresh, yeah, and finally something different. Yet, while the races became more fun, we know the inevitable. Verstappen probably got the driver's title locked, but the constructors, yeah, that's up in the air for McLaren and Ferrari, considering Red Bull uses just one driver for their championship. So, where does this leave us? Here's the thing, F1 fans don't need a new champion every year. What we crave is the unpredictability within a stable set of rules. Keep the regulations consistent and we'll get the variety of champions we want over time. It's that sweet balance that keeps us hooked. So, what's next? We might get another 21 style season next year, but after that, if nothing wild happens by 26, we'll likely be stuck watching one team dominate while the others struggle to keep up.